T-3 billion reals. Black triangle above Area 51. The hidden arsenal of the shadow government. In the remote Nevada desert, shrouded in secrecy, surrounded by electromagnetic surveillance fields and armed guards authorized to use deadly force, lies the most infamous military facility in the world, Area 51. While the U.S. government only acknowledged its existence in 2013, the base had been active for decades, hiding secrets too profound to be accepted by the public. Among the many legends that echo across conspiracy forums, declassified whispers, and witness testimonies, none are as persistent or terrifying as the stories of the TR-3B, a black, triangular craft, silent, immense, moving in defiance of the known laws of physics, seen above cities, deserts, and war zones. Rumored to be the crown jewel of the United States secret space program and a direct result of reverse-engineered alien technology stored and tested at Area 51. But is the TR-3B real? And if so, who really controls it? In this deep investigative journey, we uncover the origins, sightings, technology, and terrifying implications of the TR-3, not just as a secret aircraft, but as a weapon of planetary control. Origins of the Black Triangle. In the late 1980s, an aircraft not listed on any military record began appearing over the skies of Belgium, the southwestern United States, and parts of Eastern Europe. Witnesses described a massive black triangle nearly the size of a football field, hovering silently just above treetops. Some described seeing 3 lights at each corner. Others saw a glowing orb in the center. Belgium's 1,989 UFO wave led to military F-16S being scrambled, but the black triangles outran them with ease, disappearing into the night. Unlike classic flying saucers, this craft appeared engineered mechanical, stealthy, deliberate. Could this be a secret U.S. military project? Enter Project Aurora. In 1990, the Aviation Week and Space Technology magazine leaked reports of a super-secret hypersonic plane operating out of Groom Lake, another name, for Area 51. It wasn't long before independent researchers began linking Aurora to TR-3B, which some insiders claimed was not a single prototype, but part of a larger fleet. A man named Edgar Fouché, an alleged former contractor with connections to the Department of Defense, publicly declared in 1998 that TR-3B was real and operational. According to him, it was built using reverse-engineered alien technology, discovered during crash retrievals like Roswell and Kingman. Fouché's claim detailed the TR-3B as part of a tactical reconnaissance program. The TR, built by Lockheed Martin's Skunk Works, the same division responsible for the SR-71 Blackbird and the F-117 Nighthawk. But here's where the conspiracy thickens. According to Fouché, TR-3B was not powered by conventional jet propulsion. Instead, it used something far more exotic: the magnetic field disruptor, MFD, and anti-gravity technology. The TR-3B, according to insider leaks, is equipped with a nuclear-powered magnetic field disruptor, MFD. This device allegedly manipulates gravity itself. By rotating a liquid mercury-based plasma at extreme speeds in a toroidal chamber cooled to near absolute zero, the craft generates a powerful electromagnetic field that reduces its mass by up to 89%. This means it requires very little conventional propulsion to move. In essence, TR-3B bends physics. This theory finds a disturbing parallel in Nazi Germany's rumored anti-gravity experiments in the 1940s, specifically the Die Glocke, the Bell Project. Some believe this research was seized by the United States during Operation Paperclip and evolved over decades inside black budget programs. One leaked document from the Defense Intelligence Agency, DIA, obtained through unofficial channels, refers to electromagnetic mass reduction in experimental flight system Saturn, eerily similar to MFD. Moreover, the TR-3B is said to be a stealth platform, able to hover silently and remain invisible to radar. Its surface is coated with a polymer-based radar-absorbent material, and its design lacks sharp edges, minimizing radar return. Whistleblowers say these crafts operate above the atmosphere, performing low-orbit surveillance missions as well as domestic crowd monitoring. Some even claim TR-3Bs were observed over Baghdad during the Gulf War, invisible to Iraqi radar, using unknown beam weapons to disable electronic infrastructure. Controlled disclosure and the TR-3B cover-up. If the TR-3B exists, why hasn't the public seen undeniable evidence? Why does the government remain silent? The answer may lie in a calculated strategy known as controlled disclosure. This theory suggests that elements within the U.S. intelligence community, particularly those associated with Majestic 12, DARPA, and Black Ops contractors, have created a system of intentional leaks and denials. When whistleblowers speak, they're allowed to do so. To a point. It's a pressure valve, enough to seed speculation, never enough to confirm. Witnesses often come forward, but their reputations are attacked, careers ruined, media silence follows. One example is the Phoenix Lights incident in 1997. Thousands of residents in Arizona saw a massive triangular craft fly silently overhead. The governor at the time, Fife Symington, held a mocking press conference the next day, parading someone in an alien costume. 10 years later, he confessed he had seen the craft himself and had been pressured to debunk it publicly. So, was it a UFO or a TR-3B test flight from Area 51? Even more suspicious is the airspace around Area 51. It's one of the most restricted zones on Earth. Satellite imagery is often blurred or outdated. Pilots are strictly forbidden from flying near the base under penalty of immediate termination or prosecution. And what of the billions, yes, billions of dollars vanishing into black budget programs every year? According to a 2015 audit, the Department of Defense couldn't account for over $6.5 trillion in expenses. Some researchers argue a chunk of this money is funneled into deep underground labs, anti-gravity research, and maintaining TR-3B operations. If the TR-3B is real, then the cover-up isn't just about one aircraft, it's about a breakaway civilization. Extraterrestrial origins. The alien connection. According to declassified Project Blue Book summaries, the military investigated thousands of UFO sightings in the mid-20th century. While most were explained, 701 remained unidentified. Many of these bore uncanny resemblance to the TR-3B, silent, triangle-shaped crafts with unusual light patterns. The link between aliens and TR-3B is drawn from a chilling theory that the United States government made a secret agreement with extraterrestrials following the 1947 Roswell crash. This alleged pact, referred to as the Greta Treaty, was made between President Eisenhower's administration and a group of extraterrestrials known as the EBs, extraterrestrial biological entities. In exchange for technological advancement, the U.S. would allow limited abduction experiments and biological studies on American soil. As insane as it sounds, there are witnesses. Phil Schneider, a former geologist and contractor for underground bases, claimed in 1995 that he worked on a base where a firefight occurred between humans and tall grays. He was found dead months later, officially ruled suicide, but his supporters claim he was silenced. Bob Lazar, perhaps the most famous whistleblower, claimed to have worked at S4, a facility near Area 51, reverse engineering alien craft with gravity propulsion systems strikingly similar to the MFD and the TR-3B. So the question arises, is the TR-3B ours or theirs? Or worse, is it jointly operated by both? Sightings across the world, undeniable pattern. TR-3B sightings are not limited to the United States. The pattern is global, methodical, and sometimes chilling. Belgium, 1989, 1990. Over 13,000 people reported seeing large triangular crafts. Belgian Air Force F-16S were deployed but were unable to catch or even track the object. The radar data confirmed something very real but not of any known type. The United Kingdom, 1,993. A British police officer in the Rendlesham Forest area, already infamous for a 1,980 UFO incident, recorded seeing a black triangle silently hovering above trees. Iraq War, 203, 207. Several U.S. soldiers described seeing large, silent, triangular aircraft flying low over Baghdad. Some claimed they emitted a low hum, and others described witnessing intense flashes followed by sudden blackouts of electrical equipment. Norway Spiral, 2009. A bizarre spiral of light appeared in the skies of Norway, officially attributed to a failed Russian missile. Conspiracy theorists suggest a TR-3B may have opened a temporary wormhole, part of a black ops experiment involving space-time manipulation. California, 2013. A viral video showed a black triangular craft hovering near the Mojave Desert. Analysts tried to debunk it as a drone, but the size, silence, and slow movement contradicted typical UAV behavior. What links all these sightings? Black triangles, no sound, lights at the corners and center, slow movement or abrupt acceleration, often seen near military bases or energy grid lines. If this is a coincidence, it's the most well-documented global coincidence in modern history. The Invisible Empire, Area 51, officially known as Groom Lake Testing Facility, has always been at the heart of military secrecy and experimental technology. But the TR-3B program, if real, would mark a shift from traditional aircraft development into the domain of interdimensional science. According to former insiders, the TR-3B program is housed within sectors 4 through 7, far beneath the visible runways of the base. These levels are multi-story, deep underground bases, domed, equipped with electromagnetic shielding, reinforced hangars, quantum computing systems, and vertical launch bay. Insider quote, anonymous source from a leaked 2002 email. They tested at night under special atmospheric conditions. We're not allowed to speak. No one makes eye contact with the crew. The air around it vibrates like it's tearing something open. Area 51 is equipped with remote control runways, meaning some TR-3B variants can ascend and descend vertically without conventional flight paths. This allows them to remain hidden from satellite imagery and civilian air traffic. Some say the triangular craft is stored in Hangar 18, which is allegedly connected via tunnel to an even more secret site, Papoose Lake. That's where Bob Lazar claimed to have seen 9 sports model UFOs. Why so deep underground? Because TR-3B may not just be a weapon of war, may be a vehicle to access space, time, or even other dimensions. And the deeper the craft goes underground, the closer it may get to artificially generated zero-point fields, and Einstein-Rosen bridges the building blocks of advanced propulsion. The deeper you look into Area 51, the more you realize it's not an airbase, it's a fortress for interdimensional experimentation. The psychological component, T3 billion reals, is a tool of control. Some researchers argue that the TR-3B isn't just a craft, it's a psychological weapon. Due to its unnatural movement, complete silence, and ability to appear and disappear instantly, witnesses often report psychological side effects. Temporary memory loss, time distortion, feelings of being watched or probed mentally, sleep paralysis, like symptoms after a sighting, extreme fear or euphoria. What causes these? Is it exotic propulsion fields interacting with human biology or something more deliberate? In 2007, a defense subcontractor called BAE Systems filed a patent for a psychotronic modulation field device, a non-lethal system intended to modulate brain waves using directed energy. That same year, multiple TR-3B sightings occurred near Los Alamos National Laboratory, where electromagnetic weapons are rumored to be developed. Add to this the concept of Project Bluebeam, and a horrifying idea emerges. Could the TR-3B be used to project false visions, create artificial UFOs, or even simulate a divine encounter just to control populations? Imagine a fleet of TR-3Bs hovering silently over major cities, lights flickering, holographic deities descending. A global population stunned, panicked, and ready to accept any solution offered by the same power that caused the crisis. The TR-3B then becomes not just a machine, but the catalyst for global psychological compliance. Documented leaks and deep whistleblowers. Over the past 3 decades, various documents and testimonies have emerged that support the existence of TR-3B. 1. The Unacknowledged Special Access Program, USAP, leaks. Classified projects outside of congressional oversight, funded by black budgets through shell corporations. One whistleblower called it the fourth branch of government. IMD 2. Edgar Fauci's full declaration, 1998, claimed TR-3B existed as early as the mid-1980s, said it was built at Plant 42 in Palmdale, California, described its propulsion in detail, mentioning the magnetic field disruptor years before such physics entered the mainstream. 3. 2004, DIA, Electromagnetic Mass Report. Declassified in 2016 under FOIA, discusses altering gravitational mass through spinning plasmas. Echoes Fouché's description, BISA. Eyewitness testimonies, military and civilian. 2001, military officer stationed near Nellis AFB described a floating pyramid-shaped craft, hovering for 10 minutes. 2010, civilian pilot flying over Nevada reported being escorted by a silent, triangular aircraft with no tail, no heat signature. Each document and witness adds another layer to the puzzle, but all point in one direction. TR-3B exists, and it's bigger than any of us imagined. The breakaway civilization theory. The TR-3B may not be a standalone projectile, might be just the surface-level vehicle of something much deeper, the existence of a breakaway civilization. What is a breakaway civilization? It's the theory that a group of ultra-secretive elites, possibly composed of military leaders, scientists, and intelligence operatives, have developed technology far beyond public comprehension. Funded by trillions in unaccounted black budgets, this civilization exists in parallel to ours, operating in underground bases, orbital habitats, and possibly even off-planet. The TR-3B is believed to be their transport, enabling travel not just across continents, but between realms, between Earth, space, and dimensions we don't yet understand. Consider this. If the TR-3B has been operational since the 1990s, as some whistleblowers claim, and if it utilizes propulsion technology that breaks Newtonian physics, then what else have they built in the last 30 years? Anti-gravity cities in orbit? Time dilation station? Interstellar communication relays? These sound like science fiction, but when paired with the quiet but growing number of insider leaks, sightings, and unexplained aerial phenomena, the evidence suggests we're no longer alone in the universe, and not even on our own planet. This civilization doesn't seek recognition. It seeks control through invisibility. Their existence depends on the secrecy surrounding craft like the TR-3B, and they may be preparing for something, a shift, a reveal, or perhaps a collapse. What if it's true? A final hypothesis. Let's imagine just for a moment that every part of this theory is true. The TR-3B exists. It was developed using alien or exotic physics. It's based out of Area 51 and Papoose Lake. It's capable of mind control, surveillance, and space travel. It serves a breakaway group of elites who answer to no nation. What does that mean for the rest of us? It means we are living in a managed illusion, an artificial narrative in which the public is fed linear progress, smartphones, cars, solar panels, while the hidden world masters quantum vacuum propulsion, gravity control, and interdimensional access. It means our leaders are not the ones in power. It means that the next war may not be fought between nations, but between the aware and the unaware. The TR-3B, then, becomes more than an aircraft. It becomes a symbol of division between those who see the sky and question it and those who look away. And if the sightings increase, if the lights over cities become clearer, if disclosure is forced through an error or an act of rebellion from within, what then? Will humanity demand the truth? Or will the powers behind the TR-3B unleash the final card Project Bluebeam, a staged event so powerful that the world unites under a lie?